All right, so Lillie and Lunala are now live. I meant to get this out sooner, but I think you guys will like this new format. Been working with a lot of things here, but I think you guys will like these. So here is the shitty summon, right? So Lillie and Lunala are coming back along with an Enreshiram and Steven and Rayquaza in a few days, being the second anniversary pairs. If you guys either missed or don't know what they do, I click back on the screen. That's when I did that. So this is the general rundown of what they do, who's out right now, are they worth it, and whatnot. So base kit move wise, most of you are probably already know what this is, but very strong ghost single target DPS with that Moongeist beam. Moonblast is viable as a fairy DPS. Potions for healing. Strike sync, single target with EX becomes AoE, obviously. Shining Moonlight, probably their biggest bread and butter here, is being able to max out their special attack and crit in 1 TM. And at the time, that was like really, really good, very fast, just very quick damage. So, abilities. This being a Master Fair, Master Fair's going to have one of 3 passives. Flag Bearer, Pride, or Spirit. Flag Bearer is the balanced one, where it affects both physical and special attacks. Pride affects physical attack, but can go higher. And Spirit affects special attacks, but also can go higher. So, Flag Bearer is the weaker, but it affects both its level. Rejuvenate. So, this pair wants to sync. So if you can, you want to EX this pair as your main ghost DPS. Will go into other modifiers later. Super Prep 4. 50% chance of applying Super Effective next. Now, when it comes to damage modifiers, Super Effective Up is a big one. It changes your X2 into an X3 multiplier. So with something with like a 300 base power Sync Nuke, for example, that can hit very, very hard. Then Healthy Benefits goes with the potion, can help act as a tank. Damage reduced by 50% when you get hit at full HP. Now, base grid, 1 out of 5. All you're really getting is some move power, Dauntless, and Shiny Moonlight MPR2, which since you're already maxing out, you don't really need that. That's not very handy. Like, you can get the full grid at 1 out of 5, so you just get it anyway, but you don't need it. You really don't. Now, 1 copy grid, 2 out of 5. You start getting access to a lot of stuff. Now, these are the most notable stuff. There's a few more things in there that I wasn't able to quite fit in this slide. But quick tempo for move grid acceleration. Soften up and double down for sync nuke stuff. Soften up makes it so your syncs can crit guaranteed instead of relying on a dice roll. Double down 2. Sync moves that are super effective. Only 20%, but there's another modifier layer on top of super effective up. Moonblast on a roll if you need to lower special attack. That is an idea if you're going for a bulky support-ish kind of setup healing. Potion Master Healer increases the effectiveness of your potion by 10%, so you're healing 50% instead of 40%. Then Moongeist Beam and Moonblast move gauge refresh. Moongeist Beam being a 4-bar move, it's not a bad idea to get the refresh. Especially because she doesn't increase your own speed. And Quick Tempo can only help to some degree. Now, 3 out of 5 grid being the max amount of copies for a Master Fair. You have Propulsion 1, 20% chance of reducing sync countdown when an action is successful. This is hit or miss for me because Propulsion is wonky for me. Because I like to count. This doesn't let me count very well because it just pops and then goes, up, time to go. Brain Sync, when your special attack is raised, 30% buff to your sync move. So this on top of double down is 50%, which is a zone, which this you could stack with zone for an X2. Then super effective up you can have for another multiplier. So you can have an AoE sync hitting pretty hard. Despite the modifiers not being there, the super effective is meant to make up for that, and she can actually do decent strike nuke things. Moongeist Power Flux. Now, notice I didn't put the exact modifier here because Power Flux is weird. I don't recommend getting Power Flux. I really don't. But it buffs it. It does, but it's weird. You have to play around it very carefully. Moonblast CS1 powers up Moonblast by 10% when you deal a critical hit, so Fairy DPS is an option. Now, for tank capabilities, to go with the potion and the healthy benefits, Danger Damage Guard. You get Damage Guard when you hit half HP or lower. So Damage Guard is when you're hit by a normal attack, completely nullifies the damage. If you're hit by a sync move, reduces it by, I think, 25%. It's 25 or 50. Potion NPR2. Your potion have a 30% chance to come back when they're used. Then Healthy Healing. You get HP regen when you enter the battle at full HP. So with like an HP regen tick or two, you back at full HP and your healthy benefits activates instead of having to use a potion to get back up to full HP. Now, pros and cons of this character. Top 3 Ghost DPS in the game without question. Single target does very good. Strike Nuke does very good. But she's basic in that aspect. She's just a very strong Ghost DPS. Fairy she does pretty good with, but isn't the best. One turn sub without support. This is very, very important when it comes to, who do I need to fill out this team with? You can focus on pure sync countdown support, zone, just other forms of support where she doesn't need help with. Speed as well. Speed is something she needs. And she applies her own super effective next. So you can have special next from one of your supports instead of worrying about your special attack or crit rate. That's like very, very handy. Cons, as I said before, no speed support minus the movement deceleration, but you would have to build for that specifically, and that sometimes that might not be worth it. Now, she can be a tank, but she doesn't raise her defenses or have very high natural defensive stats, so she doesn't do it the best, but she can do it if you need it. Do I recommend it, though? Not really. But it's an option if you're desperate for a tank. Now, what's out now and what's coming? So, data mines are here. You guys are probably seeing that video before this one, because I'll have that out. But we have the Frog Squad out now, being Greninja and Callum. Both are super good. Serena is like one of the hardest hitting pairs in this game, especially because the damage cap was just raised as of 20 minutes ago at the time of this recording. Jasmine is very strong. Data mines are coming. You guys know who that is. And it's even around the horizon. So really, if you like this pair, go for it. If you're struggling with the Ghost DPS, go for it. She is very worth it. She aged very well. Still very strong. Ghost Zone came out immediately after she came out with Cynthia. So she got an immediate buff. Pretty much. Well, not immediate. It was like 2 months, I think. Either way, still like very, very soon after. She got a near immediate buff, but then Lucamine came out after that, so she just got stacked and stacked. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this helpful. Let me know what you guys think of this format, or if you're gonna go for Lillie or anyone else coming out. Either way, bye.